What's up, everybody? EastPhilly here for another Firearms Friday. Today we are talking about the Limitless Gear OPFOR magazine holder. Just some basics about this device. It is a magazine holder. It is made of a plastic or polymer material. It mounts to any MOLLE surface in seconds, according to them. Auto-locking magazine retention, twist and pull magazine to release. You can carry in a normal or inverted manner, and it fits most AR-15 magazines. So that's just a basic overview. What is it? It is a magazine holder that has some features that allow it to quickly connect and disconnect from MOLLE attachments, as you see here and as you see on the vest that I'm wearing. So what does it do? It holds your magazines. Obviously it's a magazine holder, but unlike most magazine holders, it's hard to get the magazine out. I'm trying very hard and it doesn't come out. If you kind of twist it a bit, it comes out and it leaves some marks, but that's not what you're doing. You see this little tab here. What that tab is for is you twist the end of the magazine that's on that side toward the tab, and it slides out very easily. You can see I'll use 2 fingers, twist and pull, comes out very easily. That's why they say you can do it inverted, because it doesn't drop out. Now if you shake it really hard, it's not coming out now. I got it to come out earlier, it just fell out and hit the ground, but it's pretty secure in there. That's good if you're jumping around, if you're jumping off the ledge or something. You really need to twist it and pull it in order for this to come out. So what exactly is retaining it? You see this tab here when the magazine comes in, it presses against it and retains it, and there's one on the back as well. This one on the back, when you loosen this, you unlock it, you can pull down. The one on the back stops the back plate from coming out. I'll talk more about that later, as that is sort of a con as well. It slides along this track, moves in, and it has these teeth. That is what holds it to the MOLLE webbing. So in order to do this, you take the top teeth, you put it in the MOLLE webbing, make sure it's in there. The bottom teeth then slide into the webbing on the bottom, and you push it to lock it. As you can see, it is now secured into the webbing from all the points. As long as it is locked, you won't see a gap there. It's not coming off. It's moving all around. It moves a little side to side, but it's not coming off. To get it off, you pull down on this till you hear it click. It's a little hard, which is sort of good. You see that gap there, and it comes off pretty quickly. So what that does is now I can put it on there. It's secured. I can pop it to get that little gap, take it off. It's now secured in a different way, and I did miss the whole side over here. So you can see that you really have to pay attention when you're doing it so that it doesn't miss one of the teeth. You really want to make sure you get it in there and then close it, and it closes up pretty nicely. So what's the point of having that quick disconnect for a vest? Well, if I had something up here, right now you see I can't put anything up on this area because the magazine's too high. Even if I brought it down a bit, it'd be a little high. Some people like running an extra pistol up here. Some people use maps or whatever. Well, with this, you undo the little latch on the bottom, which is a little tough to do sometimes. But now I can flip it over, make sure it's locked in. It's not locked in. I found one con. The latch on the inside, not the latch, but the rails that it slides against in order to slide on and off, popped out a bit when I was kind of being rough with it. And now it's kind of stuck. So that's one thing you have to watch out for, is when you're going in and out, really make sure you're doing it correctly and that you're not just jerking it around. It's not really meant to be something super quick. Like if you're running and doing whatever, if you're in a competition, you're not really trying to mess with it. It's just making it easier than pulling straps out, weaving it through. So let's see, I did that. I splintered the plastic a little bit, but nothing that should cause any problems. Just make sure it goes in right, and it works just like new. Now that's the only complaint I have, is this is a little tough to unclip sometimes, but that's also what it's meant to do. So what else is this for? Like I said, you can do an inverted. Now why would you have an inverted? The main reason is some people like running a pistol up here or a map that folds down, and you can't really do stuff with your magazine too easily if you have something up here. So what you can do is you undo the latch at the bottom a bit, comes out, you flip it, lock it up. There you go. It takes some getting used to. This is the first time I've really been using it on a vest, but now you got your magazine right there, and it's not coming out. So what are some advantages and disadvantages of having an inverted? So the main thing is speed. For this test, I've taken the bolt carrier out of the rifle, so it cannot shoot, it cannot load a round or anything like that. I see it as speed. You got to remember that the latch is on this side, so when you take the mag out, you got to turn it to that side to pull it out and put it in. You can't just pull straight down. It will come out with a little bit of force, but it's really easier to do if you actually twist it. So here you see that when you're twisting it, if you're right-handed shooter, use your left hand to grab it. You're twisting it counterclockwise, which is putting it in the right position to load in your magazine well. And you drop the mag, it fits right in. So it's pretty quick in doing that, and that's kind of one of the biggest thing that's pretty cool about this, is it does have that retention. Can you do a regular mag pouch that way? Yes, but as soon as you flip the Velcro flap down, it has a good chance of falling out. If you move the bungee, it's a good chance of falling out. The HSDI taco mags have a little bit more retention than regular ones, but not as much as this. They have a good chance of falling out. This makes it very easy to go in and out. In the straight up position, or the normal position as they say, it's the same thing. You got to remember which side this tab is on. You got to twist it this time clockwise, which lets you flip right up into that a little bit easier. Either way you run it, you really should practice it a lot so that you get used to what you're doing. You can see it's very easy to get it in and out, but I'm not very good at doing reloads anyway. Putting it into the lower is my bigger problem. But you can see this takes a lot of effort out of it. Now on my left side, I do have some regular mag pouches with these little loops. It's very hard for me to get these out in general, but it is possible still. And then it's kind of hard to get them back in if you're holding the gun in your hand. Usually you won't be trying to get them back in too much, but I'd have to do a little bit of fiddling with these, probably lower them a bit in order to really do it easily. You guys see I had to kind of move around. I think you could put some of these ones on the side and it'll be a lot easier. So say you want to run a medical kit or something and you already have a couple of these on. Again, just unsnap it, pop it out, pop it on to whatever else you want it on, and it's good to go. Now you can put your other stuff on here. Though with that stuff, it doesn't really matter how fast you're getting this on and off, because you're still going to have to weave those in and out. So that's a basic overview of the Limitless Gear OPFOR magazine holder. We've seen the outside, you've seen how quick it is and what it can do, but let's talk about the cons a little bit. First off, we'll start from the outside and go in. It is plastic, so that means there's a lot of noise going on. If you go up against something, you're hearing it, rather than a pouch that would normally make a softer sound. That's a bit harsher of a sound. People are going to hear it a bit more. Two is it is a little bit heavier, but not really. It's pretty thin. It's not a heavy cloth like some things are. It doesn't have the buttons and the straps, so it is kind of a contender. If I had a scale, I'd put them both on there and we'd really get to see what it is. It doesn't really take up that much more space than a pouch. Actually, it probably takes up a little bit less. As you can see, it ends right where the webbing is. So it's not really bigger either. The biggest con, I would say, is not with the actual retention tabs, but how the retention tab on the back works when you have a magazine inserted. So we undo it, and you see that that tab is what holds it in. Now personally, when I run my magazines, I usually have the bullets pointed towards the gun. I do that for pistol mags when I have them on my hip. I do it when it's over here. It's just easier for me to go right into it than if they were this way. I'd have to take it out and then flip it around. Pistol mags is a bit different. If they were facing the other way, I can grab it like this and put it in. AR mags are different. It's easier to just slap it in. So when that comes loose and you undo it, it's kind of hard for it to pop off anyway. But if you run your mags the other way, it does unlock and it will slide off. So you got to be kind of conscious of that. That if you are running the mag with the bullets facing your left side, don't try to be very quick for a hot swap with the magazine inserted. It seems like if you do it the other way, you won't actually be able to hot swap it anyway, because you have to take the mag out in order for the plate to come down. One other feature of this is these little slits here. Now if you have more than one, these slits allow you to attach more than one of these to each other and clamp down. If, right now, you have the green ones. They also come in tan, but the tan has little ramps in there. They were like a first model to help with the rigidity. You won't be able to clamp them onto each other. Now you can also take, they're called malice straps. They're plastic and they kind of go straight down, and put those through the green one, not the tan one. You can put those right through and attach a different type of pouch on top of this. So in theory, you can just stack them pretty much any far out you want that the vest will hold, and you're good to go, but they will make a lot of noise. Well, that's it for this video, everybody. If you liked it, give it a like. If you disliked it, give it a dislike. That's okay. But if you did dislike it, please let me know in the comments why, so I can make this channel better for both you and me. Again, this is Limitless Gear, limitlessgear.com. I'll leave a link to in the description below to their website. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you all later.